Okay, guys. What we're gonna talk about is TV some TV stuff, which is mostly today cartoons. This is something that I did not make, but actually it's a quiz for me to do, and I'm gonna do the quiz. First things first, I want to see what this guy's top 10 is real quick, and then we will actually be doing something that I have to do. This is a quiz called the 90s quiz. Some friends sent me this. I will see, and I'm gonna do the 90 quiz right now. I was going to do someone else, but do you mind? We're going to do this 90 quiz and see if I can actually remember these shows. The rule is to remember the shows I don't think Seven Networks are from. And these are all TV shows from the 90s that are forgotten, who've been disappeared. Now, I'm from the 90s, and they said you might know some of these shows, Tyler. I said, okay, we'll see if it's 90s, because if it's not 90s, then it's not TV. Okay, 90s, 1990s. AOL back then, there's this magic thing called AOL Online. It was so popular. Google wasn't even. I don't think Google's even around yet. So here we go. So you see these top cartoon.
Mike Bloomberg knows hard work.
I can't wait till this ugly crap is over with. And then I'll have to do normal crap I can actually deal with. This crap I cannot. Come on, even on the PHX website I go to. I don't even know what I go to. I go to a website I like go to. They show stuff to make videos, not.
You guys voted, and now I am finally delivering on the best forgotten 90s cartoon shows.
Remember them?
Again, the Fangirl. Make sure you subscribe and check back every week for
I don't know who this is, so.
videos.
Like I said,
you guys all know why you're here. Let's not waste a bunch of time
and
jump right into the list. Number 17.
I had never seen any of this stuff, so I don't even know what this is, okay? I swear, I haven't seen any of this stuff, so this goes on.
Mutant League, 1994 to 1996. Zombies, mummies, reptile people all come together to play sports. That's basically Mutant League in a nutshell. The series was like regular guys who had this awful thing happen to them, so they're all mutated, and now we're going to make them play football or soccer or hockey or whatever against other people. I believe there were Sega Genesis games that came out before the series that kind of prompted them to make the series. So don't expect a lot of logic in Mutant League, but it's an animated show about sports, so if that's up your alley, give it a look. Number 6.
Something I would make.
Babar, 1989.
Oh, remember Babar?
2000, is that right? I didn't know Babar that long, so I'm not going to speak for the entire.
Okay, Babar. I remember Babar being on TV. Okay, I remember Babar personally. I watched Babar, but that long, 89 to 2000. Wow. Recently, they made a couple years ago, they made a recently updated version of Babar, but it was his grandson doing it, not him. But, wow, Babar. I remember Babar personally. Babar was great. Except Babar was kind of screwed up, okay? There's no Babar had a human in it, so, but, wow, Babar been around that long. There's no Babar was on Cubo. You know, Cubo, NBC, Telemundo, Ion. Cubo was on there for a short time. It was on there for a very short time. But I still can't believe though. That's been around long as the Simpsons bracket. I mean, that shows up there with the Simpsons. You gotta think here. Simpsons came out in '97 on Bucks. No, Simpsons came out in '98. But goddamn, that's old as Simpsons almost. I mean, Simpsons are past Babar, but '98 to 2000. Wow. Yeah, I do remember Babar. Okay, Babar. I remember that show. All right, it was all right. I remember Babar. Babar was a good show. Let's see what else we got here.
Series, but it's a Canadian series that was hugely popular where King Babar would talk to his children about his days as a child. Well, that wasn't the whole series. I mean, the kids got to do plenty in the show.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I remember the series as being very sweet and quaint and
it was also dry
in nature. So it's kind of good for all audiences, assuming it's aged well, I guess. When I was looking it up to do this video, I saw quite a few little articles pop up about racism and sexism in Babar. So I'm not going to really tell you to definitely watch it, but check it out if you're curious, because I remember it being kind of a sweet, charming show.
It was and dry.
15. Crow, 1993 to 1994.
Never seen it.
Most of us have no idea what Crow is, never heard of it before, but it's about a woolly mammoth who is thawed out in modern day times, so the mid-90s, and he likes to reminisce and tell everybody the stories of his friend from the, what period would that be? Caveman era, I guess Ice Age around that time, a little after, don't know, not great with paleontology, but his now deceased buddy, Crow. And Crow is this caveman who was adopted by Neanderthals, and all the little crazy adventures that he has. Crow was a really cute, fun series, and I remember watching it every Saturday morning, but it only lasted from September of 93 to October of 94, so basically one season. Number 14. The Pirates of Dark Water,
Never heard of it.
1991 to 1993. This was surprisingly a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, but you wouldn't guess that from the tone of the series. It's all about pirates, and there's so much action and sort of dark things going on. You would never imagine that this is the same company that brought us Scooby-Doo and Josie and the Pussycats. This series is incredibly hard to find now, but it's about a young man who learns that he's actually a prince, and he has to find these magical treasures to save his kingdom. Yeah, I'm doing an awful job trying to explain it, but the series is really cool. If you ever get the chance to see it without the low resolution awfulness, totally do it. Number 13, Conan the Adventurer, 1992 to 1993. This is pretty much like Conan the Barbarian, except it's a cartoon with lots of action and adventure and fun, but also sadness. Conan's parents get turned into stone, and I remember his friends, brother and sister, get turned into, I think, wolves, like Sasha and Mishka or something. It's really hard to find the series now. I'm having an awful time even getting clips for it. I think the clip you're actually seeing is from Conan and the Young Warriors, which is a series that sort of spun off of this one later. Number 12. Wish Kid, 1991 to 1991? That can't be right. I guess Macaulay Culkin made the show too expensive to continue. But Wish Kid was an animated series where a child had a baseball mitt that if he punched it and made a wish at the same time, that wish would come true. Kind of like Fairly Odd Parents with no berries and less repercussions. And the main character was voiced by Macaulay Culkin, who was fresh off of Home Alone fame. So the series was a big deal, and I'm really surprised to see it only lasted 13 episodes, because I remember watching it for years past 1991. But it's a cutesy G-rated show, and it's worth checking out for 13 episodes. Hey, you can kill a couple hours and watch all of Wish Kid. Why not? Number 11. Tiny Toon Adventures, 1990 to 1995. This show was actually headed up by Steven Spielberg himself, and
Okay, before I forget to tell you, this show, Tiny Toon Adventures, that show is still technically on the air on Turner Broadcasting channels. If you see my TV show, if you've been on my channel for a while now, you know what I mean by Turner Broadcasting. This show was actually, this show was on Turner Broadcasting and also on Nickelodeon. This show was on Turner Broadcasting and also on Nickelodeon. Sorry about that. Right, copyright notes. This Tiny Toons was on Turner Broadcasting and also on Viacom. Viacom. It's on both channels. So that's a good show to remember. And that was on there until 2000s.
This is the most fun series that I'm going to talk about today. They did parodies and references for everything you could think of.
Yep.
And it gave us all the old Looney Tunes style humor in this fresh new format with different characters.
I
really did like that they made new characters that were younger and more relatable to their audience, because at the time, Bugs Bunny and that whole crew were about 50 years old. So to make sure people knew, hey, this isn't the old Looney Tunes, this is something different.
Myra is a pain.
Very different characters. And as a 90s kid, I gotta say, I love me some Babs
This stayed on until the 2000s.
And funny and wacky and whatever she wanted to be. So she was like a role model growing up. And lucky for us, Hulu has picked up Tiny Toon Adventures, so you can watch the full series right now.
That means Disney owns it.
Where on Earth is Carmen
Sandiego?
1994 to 1999. The Carmen Sandiego franchise was huge in the 90s.
Okay, I do remember watching Carmen Sandiego when I was younger, okay? Back in 2005, 2006, started watching Carmen Sandiego, and it was on WXMI TV, Fox 17, Grand Rapids. Now, this is kind of weird, okay? Back in early, I started watching them in the mid-90s, Carmen Sandiego in the mid-90s, okay, mid-2000s. But back in 2001, 2002, I had an old box TV, black and white TV. I was watching Channel 16. I took this a while back. I'll turn this over quick so I don't do it. I was watching Channel 16, NBC TV. Then I have this weird ear kind of banging on it. You know, bang on, do this, do that. It wasn't working. What the heck? And he's, Steve, what are you saying? And it turned to, I wonder, turned to 17, popped up, but it was all staticky. I think that's what they just, then a few weeks ago, I found out what this meant. It was called DXing. The thing is, though, back then when this happened, I actually could not believe I was picking up a signal from Grand Rapids, Michigan, because I didn't know where Grampus was yet. I was still in second grade, third grade, and we didn't even know what that was. Back in a second, please. I need to get me water. Back in a second. Okay, guys, I'm back. Now, you see, make sure the TV wasn't. Make sure my mother was up, not the TV was. Okay. Now, the thing is, though. Okay, now, don't call me wrong enough, and don't tell me I'm an idiot or anything. But I do remember Carmen Sandiego, okay? Now, I found out that technically classified as DXing. You can think that from Ben from the RE archives. I thought that's cool. What they call DXing. Now, that's pretty interesting. Now, technically, DXing can still happen, but not with your television because it's not cable or digital, so that doesn't count. But technically, I have done the DXing a few times when I used to live in an area. I was able to pick up a signal from Grand Rapids, which is surprising. Heck, I mean, that's surprising. I mean, even today, when I live where I live now, with a TV antenna, I can't pick no Indiana. If I put an antenna out right now, I would pick up stations from Indiana, not from Michigan, which sucks. Just leave it at that. But yeah, I remember Carmen Sandiego. First time I ever watched it was on back in 2001, 2002. I was watching the news. Next thing I get this word static interference, which I think that was due to a weather thing or something, a store thing, and it said you're watching. I mean, what the heck is this? You're watching WXMI Fox 17, West Michigan's Fox. Now that was old. I'll show you that when after this video's over. I'll show you that slogan. But yeah, Carmen Sandiego. I used to watch it. You can actually watch Carmen Sandiego right now online. There's even rumors from a defunct news website that it's coming back. And if that's true, cool. But the thing is, though, I remember the show. Actually, I used to own 2 DVDs of the show. One recently, then I lost the DVD I had recently, though. But you can find good chunk of the episodes online. Like this one, you can find online. I mean, good chunk of the episodes you can find online, which is pretty good. Now, if you want to see some history stuff or get it easier and stuff, I would see Carmen Sandiego. Now, the top 4 shows I ever saw Carmen Sandiego that I loved were the Maelstrom episodes and the Spruce Goose episode, where her Gladly assistant went solo. Okay, so we'll finish this up, guys, then work from there. So, yeah, we're on the first Carmen Sandiego. So that's 3 shows I know so far.
It took over computer games. It had several different series. One of
The
which
C5
was
were crazy.
game show style called Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
C5.
She sneaks around the world, something can't find out. Yeah, who else remembers Rockapella? Nobody? Okay.
I do.
And the other was this
Lean
cartoon
Power
series,
Visa.
Where on Earth is Carmen Sandiego?
TV show, I remember.
People love the
It was on
show.
Fox.
It got all this notoriety for being educational, and it's a good mystery action show that does actually teach viewers something. The series follows Zach and Ivy, who work with the player, i.e. the computer user, to use all these various clues to track down Carmen Sandiego and stop her from whatever she's doing. It's a very different vibe from the new Netflix series of Carmen Sandiego because she was totally seen as a villain back then. So
I never seen Netflix.
educationally entertaining
Okay.
is something up your
Never seen
alley.
Netflix
Go
version of it
find
because
the
I don't have
series.
Netflix. I don't have Hulu.
Great. Number 9. Mighty Max,
Never seen it.
1993 to 1994.
That's why.
I don't think Mighty Max still exists today, but way back in the 90s, anytime a girl had a popular toy, they tried to force it to be a boy's toy too. So when Polly Pocket got huge, manufacturers responded with Mighty Max, which were these miniature worlds with monster themes instead of little parlors and ice cream shops. The series, though, was super good. We had Max and his two not-from-his-timeline companions, and they would jump from reality to reality or sometimes different places around the world and fix a problem, then go off to the next adventure. Kind of like Doctor Who or Kingdom Hearts or what was that 80s show? Quantum Leap, I think? But it was a very action-heavy show that also snuck in a lot of educational bits, and it created all these intricate worlds that were very interesting to take in. Number 8, Back to the Future, 1991 to 1992.
Remember that show?
Who doesn't love Back to the Future? I mean, really, it's one of the greatest movies.
When it first came out, it was on CBS. This show came out on the 2000. This came out in 2002, 2003 on Fox Kids. This show came back out in 2002, 2003, back on the Fox Network on Fox Network. So I do remember that show. This show was on the Fox Network. It was in the early 2000s. It was, but this came out in 91, 93 on CBS. They came over to Fox in 2000, around 2000s on Fox Box. What's inside the Fox Box?
Franchises ever.
I cannot find this now at all. I can't find it online.
Back to the Future 3, we got Back to the Future, the animated series. And if memory serves, it really featured Christopher Lloyd, and we had some other great voice actors like Homer Simpson himself, Dan Castellaneta, and Christopher Lloyd actually came in and did the live action segments. He didn't voice his Emmett Brown character, but he came in and talked to us, so that was pretty cool, like Mario Brothers. And I won't lie, I can't remember a ton about the series other than I really enjoyed it, and I had all the little promotional toys that came from, I don't know, I want to say McDonald's, Arby's, Burger King, one of those types of places. It's wacky, action-y, and pretty fun. I loved seeing Doc Brown's kids and how they interacted with each other and Marty. To me, it was the perfect end to a perfect movie franchise. Number 7, Tasmania, 1981 to 1995.
Never seen it.
Have you ever wondered about the backstory of the Tasmanian Devil? Because you can find out all about it with Tasmania. Taz has a mom, a dad, a sister, and the Platypus Brothers as friends. And oddly, Taz is the only one that speaks like, well, Taz. Can't explain that one to you. But the series is a lot of quirky fun that works perfectly
Never seen the show.
Looney Tunes humor. Sadly, though, I've barely been able to find anything about it. It needs to be released on DVD. Number 6.
Or beta.
Bump in the Night, 1994 to 1995.
Whoa, what the fuck?
This show is insane. It's
That's
wild,
like
it's
deep.
creative, it's funny.
It's scary as hell.
I've never heard of it. Bump in the Night started as these little TV bumps between the commercials on ABC Saturday mornings. Then it eventually became its own show where we get to play inside of this kid's room with Mr. Bumpy, his monster that lives under the bed, Squishington, who's made out of toothpaste, and a ragdoll named Molly, along with a whole slew of crazy characters. Not only does the series look unique, but it came out not too long after The Nightmare Before Christmas, so people were really hungry for stop-motion animation and these really different, eclectic type of shows. Bump in the Night
that was on
does not
ABC.
disappoint, and they have some really
I watch ABC, don't let me on there.
If you can find the series, I 1000% recommend that you watch it and experience it for yourself. The show is so diverse, there is just no way I could do it justice in only a couple of minutes. But go check it out if you can find it. You will not be disappointed.
I don't think so.
Number 5, top 5 guys. Reboot, 1994 to technically 2001, but it didn't air the entire time. I've named this before as my favorite TV show ever, and the only reason it's not higher on the priority list now is because Netflix has put on this interesting show called Reboot the Guardian Code, so more people are familiar with Reboot now than they were 10 years ago, but not enough people, in my opinion, to be happy about. The original show is nothing like the Guardian Code. The original series is phenomenal. It's about these game sprites that live in your computer, and they go through and play these different games that the user sends in. So there's a zombie survival game, and they all reboot as these Living Dead characters, or Elvira, or Michael Jackson in Thriller. It's a fantastically fun show, and you have to check it out. I know for a fact you can still get the DVD set on Amazon, and it is completely worth every penny. And even though the series is kind of goofy and quirky, this looks like seasons, once ABC canceled the series and it continued on YTV, it got a continuing storyline and got pretty dark pretty fast. Our main character,
this looks like something that Xavier would have on Adult Swim.
And he was a nomad going from from game to game trying to find his way home again. His girlfriend gets her code broken, and so she's all glitchy and shattering, and the characters are so
Kind of sounds
fun
like Infinity.
and unique and
This kind of sounds like
interesting.
Infinity
Plus, it has
Train
endless
from
pop culture
2008.
references,
Sounds like
I
Infinity
can't
Train.
recommend this series enough. Number 4,
I've seen it.
Bobby's World, 1990
Box Kids,
to
Bobby's World.
1998.
Remember that show?
Did that show really go on that long? Well, Bobby's World was created by Howie Mandel, and he does star in this, trying to find his way home again.
Let me
His
see.
girlfriend gets her code broken, and so
So far I know
she's
5
all
shows so
glitchy
far.
and shattering, and the character's so fun and unique and interesting. Plus, it has endless pop culture references, so I can't recommend this series enough. Number 4, Bobby's World,
show?
1990 to 1998.
Yep, remember
Did that
Bobby's
show
World.
Really go
That's
on
now on
that
demand,
long?
I think,
Well, Bobby's
still.
World was created by Howie Mandel, and he does star in the series. I think he's both Bobby and the dad. And the
Yep.
show is basically what would happen if you sat down with a 5-year-old and got his view of the world.
I thought Bobby's
It's kinda
4.
neat because it's just imagination gone
I thought
wild.
Bobby's World was
Whatever
4. I thought
Bobby
Bobby's
thinks
4,
about
not
is what
5.
happens on screen, and it gets very surreal but still very sweet and cutesy. But sadly, after the series ended, it's like nobody ever talked about it again. There's no DVD sets. You can't go watch it on TV now. I do not accept this. People
It's on.
need to
You can get
remember
on
Bobby's
demand. I
World.
think.
Gosh darn it. Number
I think
3,
Turbo has it.
Gargoyles, 1994 to 1996.
Heard of them, but
I
never
almost
seen
didn't
them.
include this series because
I think those are
Funko had
Fox.
pops for Gargoyles, so I felt like maybe it's too mainstream now. But I adore this series too much to leave it out. It wasn't only original, but it was very dark, and the building storyline was pretty incredible with all these little details that would eventually come back in and pay off down the road. There was really no other series like that. And to give you a broad stroke, Gargoyles is about this clan of, gargoyles, who turn to stone during day but come alive at night to protect New York City. But they're actually from Scotland 1,000 years in the past, so there's all sorts of layers and issues to dig through. And we had some great female characters like Demona, who was supposed to be evil, but really she had a reason and a purpose for everything she did. So she was really complex and interesting, not just bad to be bad. And the same was true for almost every villain that they faced off against. And believe it or not, Gargoyles is actually a Disney show that aired during the Disney afternoon lineup, but Disney didn't really know how people would take to that series, so they didn't put their name all over it like they did with everything else. I beg you all to invest the time to watch the first 2 seasons.
Disney
The
and
third
Fox
season
owned
is
it.
called Goliath Chronicles, and it's not really got the same showrunners. It's not as good. It's technically a reboot series, but there are comics that pick up to sort of cover over season 3.
Oh, I
So
need
all
these
is not
assets.
lost when the quality of the series starts
Wish
to
we could
tank.
fucking just
And
shut
season
up.
3 is only 6 episodes because they put it on at 6 in the morning in the 90s because that's when older, more mature audiences are watching shows like this. Yeah, good call. Number 2, Life with Louie, 1994 to 1998. I want you to think of Louie Anderson as both a child and a father, because that's basically Life with Louie. The show
Nope,
is
never seen it.
hilarious and filled with a lot of little adult gags that go right over kids' heads. But the real core of the series is watching Louie react with middle school and his family, which is genuinely a treat. His dad is this fat, cranktankerous guy that kind of looks like Drew Carey if you think about it, and he's just so grumpy and begrudging to do anything. It's quite enjoyable. Then we have that contrasted with Louie and how he interacts with his father and his friends and his little brother and his mother, and it's very endearing, a little bit Goldberg-esque if you look at it now. If you could find the series, I highly recommend watching it. Before I get to number 1, let's do a little timeout for some honorable mentions. Jim Henson's Dinosaur was a
Never seen it.
fantastically fun series.
Di-
The only
Oh, I
reason
have seen
make this
Dinosaur.
list is because it's not technically animated. It's all puppets and animatronics. But really, if you haven't seen it, the show is on Hulu.
I've seen some-
really fun and worth a watch. Please check it out because
Okay, I've seen a few episodes of Dinosaurs, but not a lot. Okay, so I do remember seeing one or two a few episodes of Dinosaurs, but not a lot of episodes of Dinosaur. So I kind of remember that, but not really well.
it's worth it alone just to hear Elmo doing a voice that's not Elmo.
It's
Another
alright.
honorable mention goes to the Super Mario Brothers
Never
Super
seen
Show.
it.
I love this series as a kid. I was totally obsessed with it, but because so many other theory channels have referenced it in recent years, it's not really forgotten anymore. And I'd like to give an honorable mention to Stunt Dogs for being
Nope.
a really
Never seen it.
quirky, silly, funny show, except I couldn't find any clips of it. It's a show about stunt people doing crazy stunt adventure hero-y stuff. I'd love to tell you more, but apparently they've swept this cartoon under the rug over the years, so too bad, so sad. And my number one pick for the best forgotten 90s cartoon is Fox's Peter Pan and the Pirates,
Never seen it.
1990 to 1991. If you like Disney's Peter Pan, you ain't seen nothing yet. This series was 65 episodes of pure enchantment.
On the Fox Network.
We had Tim Curry as Captain Hook, and Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, Wendy, and the Lost Boys like you've never imagined them before. The show was a little darker, it was a little grittier. I remember one episode very clearly where the mermaids tried to trick Wendy into being a mermaid so that she would drown because she didn't have the lung capacity to be a real mermaid.
Now, I do remember that, but not really that much. Now, I do remember that show being on. I do remember hearing about the show one time. I did a video before back on the Fox Kids Network of that signal, but I wouldn't know much about it because I'd never seen it. Yeah, it was on the Fox Kids Network, which is, pretty neat, though. But, yeah. That's the end of today's episode. This is the end of the episode right now, guys. So, all the shows I only knew 5 shows. Which is pretty surprising. But, Bad Bar, I remember Bobby's World, they kind of do it. Bad Bar is still technically on TV still, I think. At the time, I remember Bad Bar got picked up by I don't remember Bad Bar used to be actually on. But a few years later, before it stopped its airing permanently, it was on the Cubo network, which would be Ion, NBC, Telemundo, and that's about it. Now, when the show was aired, I do remember watching. That's what it's on today. But back then, before that, it used to be on, I think, the WB. I'm not really sure. Now, I can't quote that because the WB wasn't around that long. It still isn't around long today. It converted to the CW. Now, it turned to crap. Now, I do like watching old cartoons, guys. No offense, okay? But there's 2 cartoons you don't see anymore that people wish they're still around today. And I'm one of them. But, yeah, so we're done with this video. I might do some GTA later on today, but not right now, no. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be back later on. Thank you.